Hi everyone, welcome to this free video playthrough for the current Legacy 9-hole cup in Golf Clash. Divisions on the screen that this video relates to. Please hit thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. Replays and adjustments for all 9 holes, timestamps in the description down below. Remember to keep checking the channel for plenty of tournament content and other stuff to help you in Golf Clash. Good luck, and remember, some of these shots may be the old ball attributes before they doubled in the game, so bear that in mind. The shots will still work absolutely fine. Good luck, here we go. Hole number 1, it is a shame we didn't get slightly more tailwind angle on this one, but we can still play aggressive on the right hand side. If you don't want to go with the Berserker, then obviously play on the left and you can use a power 3 ball and just go for birdie. But for the best chance at eagle, we're going to go for it. 5.8 top spin, 2 left spin, stretch out and have the ball guide in the centre of the 2 bunkers on the fairway. APOC 5 plus. APOC 4 is not going to reach unless you have tailwind angle. I'm adjusting max plus 20 here. We don't drop any plus yards at all. Some tailwind angles you will drop 6 or 7 yards, in which case APOC 4 would clear it, but it all depends on your wind angle. So max plus 20, push back up to max and go full over power. Minor great balls left and right should still be fine here. This is pretty much a crosswind angle, so you're going to get anywhere between 415 and 435 yards, depending how much tailwind you've got. Second shot, I play true club distance 40% in the video, however this is under adjusted. I have analysed my miss in terms of where the ball guide is entering the green compared to what happens, and my recommendation will be to go true club distance 55%, because I missed by about 1.5 rings here. Backspin and right spin, try and align at least a little bit with the wind and have the ball guide going to the hole. There is a very, very small sticky spot. So I'm using the plus yardage here. I'm 7 yards away from max, so I'm going 2% per yard, which is 86% slider, 40 elevation. However, like I said, go with 55 instead, and I think you've got a good chance of dropping this one. As you can see, we do miss a couple of squares to the right entering the green, but the tweak should get you close, if not in. Nice wind angle to go for the rough bump on this par 3. Obviously, if you don't fancy a rough bump, you can bounce over with the sniper from the bottleneck of fairway on the left and then play with right curl. But for the best chance of the hole in one, the rough bump is the way. 3.2 backspin and set up here with the bullseye in that lighter patch of rough as shown, with the ball guide just through the hole. In the video here, I play minimum distance 0 elevation with power 3 settings. However, we over adjust by 0.1. So I would like you to use minimum distance 0 elevation power 2 numbers. Even though we're using a Kingmaker, power 2 numbers will reduce the adjustment, and this should go in very nicely. Perfect ball, bounces in the rough, just misses and burns the right edge. So taking 0.1 off there by using power 2 settings should drop nicely. You're going to play a no movement target shot, so start with the correct driver and a power 5 ball. Playing with APOC 5 plus, if you don't have APOC 5, you can actually use extra mile 9 here, but I would not push up to max because you may go too long. Max plus 10, 5.8 top spin with APOC 5 plus, and 1 bar side spin to the right with our no movement target. After we've adjusted max plus 10, push back up to max and then go full over power. If you are using extra mile 9, you can go full top spin, but I would push up about 6 or 7 yards from max, especially in higher winds, even more than that, otherwise you risk rolling too long. Perfect ball is good, but obviously even a minor or double great will still be on the fairway with APOC. Anything around 470 to 500 yards will be fine. Second shot we can play with the sniper as we're using a Berserker, and I would recommend going with about 4.5, 5 bars of backspin here, 2 bars side spin to the right, and then we just find a nice spot where the ball guide doesn't move too much. Now you can leave the ball guide lower than pin to compensate for the tailwind push if you want to. Here I left it pretty much at pin. We are going to miss on the high side, but I would rather do that than aim too low and risk rolling into the bunker. So it all depends if you want to have a go for the albatross, which is a very difficult chance, very tough one to drop, or if you just want to play it safe. Max plus 10 is the adjustment. Then we hit perfect. No curl, because the slope will do the rest for us. Bounces before the bunker and catches the slope. As I say, the tailwind pushes us a bit high. You can offset a couple of squares low if you like. The choice is yours, but we just need to secure the eagle. Here we have an eagle on this par 4. We do have very good wind angle. I am going to use another berserker. I know that's quite a few already, but obviously if you don't have too many berserkers available, you'll have to pick and choose where you want to use them, if at all. If you don't want to go this route, then obviously play to the left side with the power 3 ball. Stretch out, as you can see there, aiming on the fairway between the rough and the right hand bunker. In the video I go 5.8 topspin to left spin. Either we need to go with a bit more curl here, or we need to reduce the topspin. Fairly strong wind as well, 11.2. I go with half a ball to the left. It's max plus 10, power 5. Push up to max. Perfect ball here. We are going to be close to the rough though, so just to be on the safe side, I would go with a little bit more curl. We do have room for that, but maybe just reduce the topspin down. Maybe 5.2 or 5 bars would be better. Don't really want to be that close to the rough, but we're still going to be fine for the second shot because we're going to go with a pin check. So playing with the thorn, do a pin check first, bullseye directly over the pin. Gives me plus 3 here, and for a pin check of plus 3, I'm going to play this one exactly mid-distance, 10% elevation. 2% per yard either way if your pin check is slightly different, and it's a no spin shot, so a nice easy setup. No spin, ball guide to the front of the cup because we do have tailwind. So for a plus 3, 50% slider, 10% elevation, power 5. This is a replay. I did not adjust over the bullseye. It was a standard pull to the bullseye on this one, so just to have that said to ensure accuracy. More information about slider and pin check on the Academy tutorial playlist. Perfect ball here, excellent chance with a berserker, drops beautifully for an eagle. A hole in one on this par 3. Playing with the quarterback and a kingmaker. We're going to add spin first, and it's a couple of clicks less than 2 bars of top spin, so it's going to come out at 1.8 top spin. And then the position here is the inner ring, the green ring, or the inner yellow ring, whichever you want to call it, touching the rough line. And the ball guide there will catch the slope down towards the pin. So I just check my position, ball guide there curving back to the hole. Very simple adjustment. It's 1 on 1. So for 8.3 in wind, then adjust 8.3 rings. Very smallest favour of 11.59 on the pull angle here. Looking back at the replay, this does drop very nicely though. I have tried the backspin shot as well, but seem to have more success with the rough bump. So perfect ball here. Make sure you're in that little funnel. The key is of course to get the speed right. We get a very nice camera angle and drops it nicely for a hole in one. Thank you for watching and good luck. Please do join us over on Facebook. We have an ever-growing community of players there. Over 16,000 members. Head over to Facebook, search for BK Golf Clash and submit your member request there. Free to join. There are free guides posted, lots of shot sharing and discussion points. You can chat and interact with me as well, and loads more over on Facebook. So head over there and search for BK Golf Clash. Hole number 6, going to play a slice with a kingmaker. APOC 5 plus not tested with APOC 4. You may be short and need more topspin, but worth a token if you want to give it a go. Aim at the pink bush. Then we're going to go 4.5 topspin. Now in the video I go 2.2 left spin. I honestly would consider adding a little bit more, maybe 2.5 left spin, and we're going with full overpower, full curl, full slice, release. This has been tested in a lot of different wind strengths with kingmakers, been absolutely fine. You will see if we are a little bit more to the left with a little bit extra left spin, it will give us just a slightly clearer shot to the green. We have a shot as it is, but I'm reliably informed the path to becoming a legend does not involve clipping a pine tree. So a little bit more to the left will give you at least a little bit more wiggle room. Here I want to play from minimum line with the sniper, so make sure you got the grizzly packed. Then add backspin as needed to get the ball guide about 2 or 3 green squares through the hole. Here it is going to be between 3 and 3.5 backspin if you've got a similar drive distance. Then we go a minimum distance with 10% elevation. Min plus 10. Occasionally you may see the ball guide just flicker and disappear when you adjust, but on all of my attempts here I've been fine. I have not hit the tree, even with a great right. But then again, if we are going to move the drive a little bit left, should give us a bit more room. Very close for the Albatross. Decent look at it anyway. Good luck. We're going to set up with our Apocalypse on the drive here at the top of +4 with Apocalypse 5 and 6, red ring touching the rough on the right. Apoc 4 will be at the top of +10, 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough on the right. We are adding 5.8 topspin and 3 bars side spin to the right, so you will need a Kingmaker for this setup. Then we are going to adjust our rings, which is going to be maximum distance with 10% elevation. You will need the Grizzly for your second shot, and we're going to play a reference check and try and play into the funnel on the green. Centre the ball and hit perfect. No need for any overpower or curl. A nice perfect ball here is going to clear the rough and the sand very nicely, and going to roll over onto the next piece of fairway, just around the edge of these tree shadows here. Drive distance of about 350 yards. Second shot with your Grizzly, make a bottom white ring pin check. So move the bottom of the white ring so it's touching the pin and look at the plus yards shown. +3 there is our reference. We're going to use that to help get our slider value. We're adding our spin next. 6 backspin and 2 right spin, and then we move left and right and find the middle of the funnel where the ball guide remains to be pointing at the pin. Even if you miss this one, you're not going to have an impossible putt. This has been fixed now on this hole for a little while now in the game, so no issues. You will still be able to putt without any difficulty. For a +3 check, we are playing 75% slider and 5% elevation. Centre the ball and hit perfect. The backspin will grab very nicely here, and we will usually, with a well-adjusted and set up shot, find the funnel, and the ball will roll down the green into the hole for your eagle. Slightly nasty wind angle here on hole 8. I am going to suggest the backspin shot, but it will need a decent level Thor's hammer really to take the bunkers and the rough out of the way. So I'm going with max backspin, 1 bar side spin to the right, setting up with all of the yellow ring on the green with the Thor's hammer 6. And you'll see there the ball guide does go beyond the pin, which is deliberate. The adjustment here is mid +10 power 3 settings, and I am using a 12:01 pull angle. This is to prevent me from landing too close to the beginning of the green or the bunkers. Perfect ball. This is going to come fairly close to the pin. Very difficult shot to drop. If you don't have Thor's hammer with the backspin, obviously the rocket isn't going to have the distance, so it may have to be a bounce over instead. If you are enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to help out and keep everything free, then please consider making a small donation. All donations are gratefully received and help me out here on the channel, as all of the content here is produced for free in my own spare time. You can do that in one of 3 ways. You can hit the thanks button here on YouTube, you can make a PayPal donation via the link in the description down below, or you can also join us over on Patreon. Details at the end of the video. Here is option 1 for hole number 9. Sadly, it is not a Kingmaker. This is going to be Bubba or Luminary or something similar. This is a really nasty wind angle. Max top spin that you have possible, and some left spin here. Set up at max power 5. Make sure your second bounce is beyond the bunker. Of course it will be with your spin added. Max +10 power 5 numbers, full overpower regardless of what you adjust into. And then just try and hit as close to perfect as you can. I do catch a great right here. Still going to be okay for the second shot. If you've got more topspin, then you are obviously going to get further on your drive and you will reach the green a lot easier in 2. But even if you just have Apoc 5, which I do here, you can actually still get your eagle. Play with the distance wood club that gives you the most topspin. Big Dog 8 is better than Cataclysm 5 in my instance. I try and see if we can get over there with max OP. I need at least a 5 ring adjust, and it's not going to carry over there. So I'm going to have to bounce over. Max top spin to right spin. Now, because I hit great right, the trees are going to be in the way, so I'm going to have to play with curl. You will have to adapt accordingly. In the video here, I go mid plus 10. I could probably have gone with more because we bounce quite far away from the rough. So I go with about 1 ball of curl to the right, just to make sure I'm not going to hit the tree even with a great right. Perfect is fine, and like I said, the top spin is important because you want as much distance as possible. But even rolling here, we are still going to have an end-bringer shot for the eagle. I'm going to show you that one right away. Going to play the no spin end-bringer method. If this is new to you, check out my quick fire tutorial on the Academy playlist. Finding max club, the pin is going to be beyond 100%, so I estimate this to be 120% on the slider. If your slider will not go above 100, then set it to 20 and add together your mid and max value. Standard end-bringer rules apply, 20% elevation, power 5 settings. Make sure the ball guide is just through the cup though here, because we do have headwind, we don't want to be short. So I would set up a little bit further up. Ball guide to the front of the cup isn't going to work, so make sure that ball guide is going to the back of cup at least. Make our adjustment in the video here, 120% slider, 20% elevation, perfect ball, and we drop it for the eagle. Very nasty wind angle. I will have a kingmaker option as option 2, so check that out if you don't want to spend a bubba or a luminary. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.